All right, for those of you absolutely grumbling about how cold it is out, Keith was telling us earlier today that this is at least the heart of this stretch.
It is. This is the coldest part of this stretch. And the other perspective that is, older Mainers know is it's not even Ryan and I checked the record lows for tonight, and we're not even within sniffing distance.
Right.
I know that doesn't make you feel better when you're just like absolutely grinding the heat to make it work, but it is it's a perspective about it. And also I'll show you some southern perspective in a second too. Right now, 2 in Sanford, 5 in Freiburg. These spots are going to be very cold tonight. It's not hard to imagine. It's only been a couple hours or an hour and a half after sunset, and that's where we are. This cuts both ways. Okay, so the sun during the day feels great, right? It helps make it feel not as cold. But the clear skies overnight allow us to radiate out and get colder, and that's where we'll be tonight. I think probably a few degrees colder even than last night. Here's the southern perspective that I promised you before we go back to our world. Snowing hard right now in New Orleans into Pensacola, and there's a look at the Superdome in New Orleans where they have recorded. It varies, but it looks like 3 to 5 inches of snow, which is absolutely wild for right on the Gulf of Mexico. So that cold plunge has come all the way down here. Of course, we're closer to the source of that cold, and that's where we end up with our temperatures tonight. Now, I may be a little aggressive. I undercut model temperatures in some cases by 10 degrees. But it was very cold last night, and I don't see why it'd be any warmer tonight as winds continue to settle down and we have clear skies. So Portland, which was 0 last night at 5 below, Wiscasset at 8 below, Rockland and Bar Harbor at 8 below as well, 10 to 15 below, and then about 20 below in Berlin. By the way, for that perspective that I just talked about, Portland's record is 19 below. Bangor's record is 29 below. So we will not be near those temperatures. Tomorrow's another cold but bright day. There's a good deal of sunshine in the first half of the day, more clouds in the afternoon, but we're only in the teens. The mountains are in the single digits. We fall quickly tomorrow night, first half of the night. So this is 7 o'clock. We're already 5 below in Rangeley, but watch as the clouds in this trough come in. We actually warm temperatures up after that. So it will not be as cold net tomorrow night. And then Thursday, we're back to closer to average with temperatures in the 20s, a couple of snow showers around. There isn't much activity here, though. Storms continue to stay to our south, high pressure in place. The snow shower chance, say that a couple times fast, on Thursday is not major, just a couple flurries hanging around. So we settle down for the weekend back to the upper 20s and low 30s. European model that has one more hit for us in January, and it's January 31st. If it's right, we've got one big plummet right there that would be potentially colder than this stretch has been, but we'll deal with that as we get there. We talked about perspective in Maine winter. Ryan and I were just telling the story of Winter Storm Nemo in 2013, like a bunch of old guys on a porch. And we said to Raya and Pearl, 2 of our somewhat newer reporters, who said it was 32 inches of snow, and they're like, "What? That happened at some point?" I was
happened.
like, "It is a thing. We just the last couple of years we just haven't had it." I think that's the same thing with the cold. We just haven't had much of it.
If that showed up now, mine would be blown.
Yeah. 32?
Yeah.
30. My mind was blown back then too.
True.
But to be fair, but it does happen.
All right, Keith, thank you.